All right, and we do have the game going. Ba-boom. So, in the purple, we do have DeMu playing as the Byzantines on Dry Arabia. We actually get to see a Dry Arabia game today, which is rather surprising that it's taken this long. But on the other side of the map, as kiljardi, we do see him playing as the French, which I think this is going to be a rather exciting matchup right here. So, nothing unusual starting in the. We're not seeing any, Dark Age shenanigans out of either of these players. Let me double check to make sure I'm right. And just, standard openings, nothing unusual. DeMu does have a bit of a rough spawn here. Look, his berries are over here. His gold is in the back, which is nice, but it feels like that's as far as it can spawn, honestly. So this is going to be a little bit rough for him here. So we will have to see how he wants to play this out. I don't know if I don't really expect to see a fast castle play out of him. I don't think this is a matchup where you can do the gulp build that we have been talking about so much, but we haven't actually gotten to see at all today, which is a little bit frustrating, honestly. I would love to see a gulp build. But let us get into it. So, and let's see. Anything? Oh, we are doing fine here. Let's see. I don't. Okay, we're getting some sheep. Actually, let's do a sheep count. Can we find? Okay, so DeMu has. DeMu has 11 sheep. And kiljardi has 12. So kiljardi is objectively winning the game right now. But we do see DeMu starting his Grand Winery pretty much right off the bat. And this is going to be a very quick age up from him. Getting it going before the School of Cavalry starts. But speaking of, that begins immediately as well. Now, the real question is going to be, since we aren't seeing a mill at all out of kiljardi, which is a little bit surprising to me because not seeing a mill means we're not going to see wheelbarrow. And I feel like if you're playing French without wheelbarrow, you're pretty much saying you are all in. You just want to do as much damage as quickly as possible and just try to get like 5 villager kills and win that way. And I don't think that's going to work. I think DeMu is going to be able to keep himself safe there. So this is going to be a little bit interesting to see how our players advance the game forward here. Speaking of that mill, we do see it here, so it might just be a late wheelbarrow. But I had initially expected to see wheelbarrow starting by now, not starting so late. Another pro scout off. Ooh, that is a good question. We haven't actually talked about whether or not pro scouts are going to see play this game. Byzantines as a civ doesn't really care about pro scouts in the sense of they want berries, they want their olive groves because they want oil. But French loves pro scouts. French is one of the premier pro scout civs, especially since that tech is a fair bit cheaper. 65 wood and 179 gold is pretty reasonable to pick up. So, and since we're not seeing wheelbarrow starting up, I do imagine we are going to see pro scout startup as soon as this age up comes through. Once he gets that 65 wood. Come on, oh, drop off. And pro scouts it is. Okay, so we are starting with the Royal Knight to do some harassment, and then from here we are going to see scouts getting made out of kiljardi. And scouts did get a buff, actually. They are only 65 food now. They are no longer 70 food, so they're a little bit cheaper, and I believe that they are a little bit faster to train. Yeah, because 18 seconds, and they used to be... I feel like they used to be... they used to be 20. So, that is an interesting little adjustment. But we will see soon enough how these players feel about going forward here. We are seeing some walling from DeMu. So DeMu is just saying, hey, if I wall all of this, I secure a berry patch, I secure a deer pack, and a bonus gold. And also, if he wants Desert Raiders against the French, we might actually get to see 2 games with Desert Raiders, which would be very, very fun. Oh no, the knight comes in. It instantly picks up a villager. 1 villager down. Second swing on another one. Oh, that villager's not happy. He just lost 12 HP. And the Limitine, who was out of position, is rushing forward, trying to keep on top of that knight so he knows where he's going. Managed to get a poke off there. Another Limitine is body blocking, keeping the Royal Knight away. So 1 villager pickup. And, you know, French does have their bonus of getting villagers slightly faster. So that is going to matter. But as unfortunately, we are not going to be getting the Desert Raiders. Instead, we are going to be seeing just a mercenary house here. And I'm wondering what we're going to see. Because I don't feel like longbowmen are going to be particularly good in this matchup. And I don't think javelins are either. So the logical assumption is that we are going to see... Keshigs, or we're just gonna bank oil and eventually get we're gonna get camel riders eventually, because camel riders are very good in this matchup. So French admittedly does want to build archers, so I guess javelin throwers to fight the archers and then Limitine to fight the knights does make sense as a comp. It's very slow and immobile, but it will get you there. And this one Limitine, oh my god, that is so much damage on that knight. Like, the Limitine does go down, but it sees the pro scouts. It knows exactly what's going on, and it got a lot of damage. Like, eventually, yes, there will be chivalry, but there's not right now. This knight can't dive. If it does, a single Limitine will get it. Oh no, oh no, oh wow, the body blocking by DeMu. That scout managed to stop the charge and keep that villager alive. Unfortunately, that villager is not so lucky. It just delayed 1 villager's death by a few seconds. The more Limitine are trying to just run across the map and harass and slow things down. And they're unfortunately not getting as much done as you would like. DeMu has not managed to actually kill anything on Kiljardi's side. He has just maimed and wounded them. And yes, it is going to matter for as long as chivalry is not researched, but we're getting close to that point, I think. 5 knights is when you want to have chivalry, I feel. 5 or 6. And he just needs the wood, and he'll be able to get that tech. But the first wave of javelin throwers are out, supporting these Limitine. Limitine I don't even think they need them. They are fine with this fight right here, picking up plenty of damage on these knights. Not getting a kill, but they did kill an archer. Wow, these knights are so damaged. So many of them are so low. Kiljardi is playing very, very well, managing to micro to keep these knights alive. A single poke from a Limitine would have actually killed this knight that's selected right now. But as he runs away, DeMu is just chasing him down. He knows what he wants. He wants to take a fight. He knows, you know, the quality of the army might be better for Kiljardi, but with all the damage that's been just chipped and put onto it, it's not actually any better. And if he is able to reverse this matchup on its head, be the aggressor, and put pressure onto the French player, deny them off of gold. French with no gold is a very sad time. And that is exactly what we are seeing here. These, oh no, Kiljardi is, okay, Kiljardi was capped. But, okay, the fight comes in, the Knights charge in, the Knights realize this is a bad idea, and the Limitine just go back to doing what they're doing. They're just going to burn down this archery range. Anything that pops out of it's going to die instantly to these javelin throwers. So this is just a free building. Like, this is, you know, plus 150 in the favor of DeMu. This looks very, very good for him. Well, 150 in terms of resources destroyed, or the destroyed value, which apparently does not count. Buildings do not count towards that graphic, which I did not realize. But, and admittedly, as much as we have made this sound very doom and gloom for Kiljardi, which, to be fair, this is not a good situation for him. I do not envy him. I do not know how he's going to get out of it. He has been pro scouting. You know, he got an entire deer pack over here. He's gotten both of his deer packs, and I think he's about to start on this one. Yeah, he is starting on this one. And a couple knights come in, manage to pick up a couple villagers, and oh, are we gonna get another one? Oh wow, charges but no follow-up swings. So 4 villagers total have gone down this game for DeMu, but it's not nearly enough, I think. DeMu's army is moving around. Yeah, he recognized, hey, I'm cutting kiljardi off of gold. Where's he going to get his gold? And this is the logical answer, is this back mine right here. There was no wall to stop this, which I think was a very large mistake. And so many villagers have gone down. The villager losses almost equalized. 3 villagers having been lost by kiljardi at this point. Admittedly, like, he is still ahead because of that French bonus, but it's a 4-4 in terms of kills. And with French, you want to be ahead on your villager kills. That is your eco bonus, the fact that you just kill villagers and get ahead. Oh, 6 going down here. Wow, yeah, we're equal on economy count. This game is a complete disaster for kiljardi. You know, we keep talking about Byzantines as being a fast castle civ, but DeMu is showing us that is not how you have to play it. You can just play it as a feudal aggression civ and just hit people in the face. And oh no, the javelins got caught by the knights. There is a raid on the other side that does get cleaned up, doesn't actually manage to accomplish anything, and a couple of units just go down. But again, just plus 150 for DeMu. He is killing so many buildings, and he's just picking off like the units that come out of there, and it's getting him so much value. This charge comes in. He's not braced. This is a great charge. That is a great charge for DeMu, or for kiljardi, but like he's not able to capitalize off of it because as soon as the charge happens, the spearmen just turn around and start poking the knights in the face. And these javelin throwers also perfectly counter out the archers. Oh my gosh, this is not what you want to be seeing as our French player here. Oh, shield wall's turned on. That's a little unfortunate. And DeMu is starting his olive grove transition, and on, you know, he's got this berry patch to clean up. He's got his olive groves. If he really needs food, which, you know, if you want food and you don't really care about the olive oil, you can just go on this deer pack, which DeMu is doing. DeMu is playing very, very well. Akira Siphon on the way as well. I didn't even notice he had a blacksmith. I have not paid nearly as much attention as I should. But yeah, we do see +1 range armor and +1 range damage coming out of DeMu, which is what you want in this situation. This is so rough. The Kirasiphon is moving forward. It's moving on the School of Cavalry. There is no way to actually kill this Kirasiphon for kiljardi. He only has 4 knights. Like, these knights are not going to be able to do anything. And instead of going on the School of Cavalry, DeMu was actually trying to just house his opponent. And if he kills just one of these, he will do that. If he kills both, he's gonna make it significantly problematic. kiljardi is on gold, by the way. He did manage to get on the gold in the back, and he does have a couple of raids going on back here. He's just not getting any damage. He's still at only 4 villager kills, and he has been that way for about 5 minutes now. But this fight is starting, and there are 9 javelin throwers here, which, you know, isn't a lot when you compare it to the 17, but that's all you really need. Like, as long as they're able to keep the archers from just clearing out the spearmen, you know, like, the units are mutually supporting each other. Oh no, this Kirasiphon, that is an expensive unit to lose. It does cost gold to build, unlike regular rams. One of only costing 60. Admittedly, it is down from the original 100 it was when the Sultan's Ascension DLC, Sultan's Ascend DLC launched. But that is still an investment you cannot be affording to lose at this point in the game. Oh. This knight is still just causing idle time. Admittedly, so I know I've said that these knights haven't really done much since they haven't gotten any kills. The one thing I do want to point out is they have, like, all of these Limited back here have not joined the fight at kiljardi's base because they've been chasing these knights, which is not to be understated. I actually think the game would be over if those knights were back. If all of the units were in kiljardi's base, I think the game is over. Oh, that's sneaky. We do have a couple guys on gold out here. And DeMu is just kind of, he's just taking his time. He knows he's at a good economic point, having killed as many as he had. 46 to 48 is about where you want to be in this matchup. It's a very, very healthy economy point. He is walling in his base to stop these raids, and I think once these walls go up and he feels secure, he's just gonna go to town and get what he can done against his opponent. Scouts get caught out, and I think this means that DeMu knows these knights are here, and it's just gonna be a matter of not being caught out by the knights. All the villagers are running away. They realize, hey, we don't want to be here. Does DeMu have textiles? DeMu does not have textiles. That would be a very good upgrade to get. Kiljardi does finally kill a villager. So we are oh, he's not able to get that one because of the stopping him. And he's running into a fight. Oh no. Okay, so the javelin throwers are actually caught out of position, and a fair number of them have gone down. But we are surrounded here as Kiljardi. Admittedly, the spearmen, the Limitine, and the archers are fighting, which is a net positive for him. But these Limitine cannot. The small batch of Limitine is keeping the Royal Knights out of the fight. So it's really just archers trying to fight both javelin throwers and Limitine, and we're not actually getting anything done. This one knight, okay, he realized he was running towards his death, and oh no, the knights, oh no. 2 knights go down just in an instant. They were, thankfully, the weaker knights. And we didn't even mention this because just so much has been going on. But there's the Golden Horn Tower now. Like, these there's just going to be more javelin throwers in a minute. And then there's going to be camel riders as soon as the veteran contract upgrades in just a few minutes. We do see a guild hall come out of Kiljardi, which I think is a very optimistic go. I don't know what he needs to do here. I really do feel like he is just lacking in. He's just lacking in everything. He doesn't have the economy he needs. He doesn't have the military he needs, and I don't know what he needs to do to get back into this game. But eventually, like, if you can get some arbalists, I guess you can come up that way. If you get what's it called? Gambesons. Yeah, like if you get arbalists with Gambesons, like that is an option to get back into this game. But even as I say that, veterancy has come out for the Limitine. Veterancy has come out for the javelin throwers. And DeMu was like, hey, you've got a minute before you have any upgrades that matter. Let's just go to town. Like, yeah, 30 seconds for veteran knights. Or for veteran royal knights, but like, I don't care about those. I have 32 spearmen. 32 Limitine. DeMu has more Limitine than his opponent has military total. And that is how you know that this is a bad sign. But DeMu realizing that this gold in the back that he knew about earlier is probably what's being mined, decides, hey, let's just go check out the back, see where the guild hall is, force those villagers to run away so they're going to be idling. And like, I guess they can come here. But a big fight starting up. The spearmen are doing their best here, but like the knights just can't engage into this because there's so many Limitine here. Admittedly, we are getting down to 12 Limitine, which we're starting to get to the numbers where the knights can take this fight. And I think Kiljardi realizes he has no choice. He has to take this fight as it is right now. Destroys the Limitine, only has to deal with the jav throwers. He should actually pull his archers back so they don't take any more damage. But on the other side of this, his TC is completely idled out. Like, everyone is hiding inside of it, and villagers are dying underneath it because, again, there's more Limitine. And we do see a monastery coming out from Kiljardi, but this monastery is just so late because he's been on the back foot. Because, fun fact, the Grand Winery does count as a monastery. So what we've been seeing is DeMu has been making monks out of this to go and collect relics. So he's just getting free olive oil. Not gold, it is oil, which is basically as good. But he's got 3 relics. He's got 3 relics here. He might even be able to get a 4th. And again, we are not seeing any 3-2 split for relics today. The players have been very, very aggressive. Like whoever ages up first is just immediately going for relics. So this one is caught out. I don't actually know if it saw those villagers on gold. And DeMu is able to. Where is this guy going? I don't know what he's like. It's right here, buddy. But anyway, as we were talking, as I was watching that monk just wander in the desert for a little bit, we do see another fight starting up here. Again, just so many limits tonight. I really do feel like, given what he's up against, I think kiljardi should actually switch into men-at-arms. Like, I know that sounds crazy. Well, no, but if he switches into men-at-arms, like, there's already crossbowmen on the way. Like, I don't know what he needs to go into, but I think these knights are just not the answer. I don't think we're getting enough out of them. And I think, Arbalists do a lot of damage, so maybe that's the count. But, like, Arbalists are also expensive and don't deal bonus damage versus anything here. It's just, it's such a rough situation to be in. And I do not envy kiljardi. Oh, no, okay, kiljardi says he's done. He's taking the fight. He thinks he has the advantage. He got rid of the camel rider, so his knights are no longer being debuffed. They are doing their maximum damage. And he manages to clean that up. Oh, that was weird. The monk does manage to find the relic, so this is going to be a 4-1 split for DeMu in terms of relics. And we do have an army at DeMu's base, and we're going to see is it going to be strong enough? The archers are getting a lot of damage on these Limitanae, getting a lot going on here. Knights charge in, get a couple charges off on the camel riders. Those camel riders are a definite issue and need to go down. They do have 2 ranged armor, which will help them survive the archers, but that doesn't help against the knights. And quickly enough, we are seeing this army get cleaned up as well. And there are crossbows here. There are crossbows here, crossbowmen here for DeMu, but they are not able to stand up against this archer mass. 17 archers is still a lot of archers, and they are, they're one-shotting most things on this map. The only thing they're really not one-shotting is the jav throwers, who have just so much range armor. But unfortunately for DeMu, he is starting to run into some issues here. Okay, so kiljardi has lost all of his knights. We just have archers here. So if we are able to get... Okay, both players agree, like, hey, we're doing mutually assured destruction here. Let's just back up. And let's see what we have going. As a little bit of a just, let's take stock. We do see sacred sites. 2 of them are owned by DeMu, so he is getting that bonus gold. The 3rd one is not claimed yet. We do have a 4-1 relic advantage, and economy is completely equal. Kiljardi has just not been able to gain a lead at all in that regard. He is getting a keep built in his base, so the French influence bonus is going to start triggering on this School of Cavalry and a couple of other production buildings, which will be very good for him. Like, I know the French influence is not a commonly talked about thing, but reducing unit cost is good, making knights cheaper. A knight only costing 112 gold is, or 112 food is pretty freaking good. So, reducing the cost of these units is going to help him bounce back into this game. But yeah, looking at it, it looks like we have a full... we do have a second TC from DeMu. I was wondering about that. We have a second TC from kiljardi. Okay, so we are seeing our players just like get ready for the late game, and it seems like they're both fine with this idea of, you know what? If we go a while, we're gonna go a while. And both of these civs are not bad in the late game. We have almost enough food for kiljardi to age up to Imperial if he really, really wants to. I don't think he is in a position to do that, since that would cost all of his gold, and he just doesn't have enough of an army to support an Imperial, like, transition. You know, you're not gonna. He doesn't have anything to, like, really make those elite upgrades pop. Like anything that's gonna get them up and going. So, so this is a Spirit Limitine raid in the front, Limitine raid in the back, and we are starting to see, you know, a couple more villagers killed. Sacred sites getting exchanged, and just a couple more skirmishes. This is one thing I've noticed today has been just like the day of skirmish fighting. A lot of raids, even with units you don't expect, like footmen, going in, getting the damage done, seeing what they can get, seeing what they can do, and it looks like DeMu realizes that since kiljardi's guild hall is probably going to be close to letting him go to Imperial, now is a good time to take a fight. He knows he has a really big army. He knows he has the unit advantage right now, and he definitely has the army value advantage. And now is just a good time to get in there and a good time to just get it done. Where are these guys? There are 16 villagers in this group. Are they? Where are we going with these? Oh, it is a red palace. Okay. Yeah, so so kiljardi's plan is he's gonna save the sacred site. He's going to secure stone, he's gonna secure an 8 vein, and he's gonna get a lot of wood as well. But he just wants to split the map in half with this play. And in the meantime, DeMu is just destroying the guild hall. So, like, kiljardi needs to come back to his... Like, kiljardi either needs to base trade or he needs to save himself. And normally in base trade situations like this, that's, like, coming back is a bad idea. What you want to do is just do as much damage to your opponent and have your reinforcements save you. And considering how we have a TC, we have a keep, and they're about to be red keep upgraded, this is actually fine. Like, this keep, or this TC is about to do a lot of damage as well. I think if... No, kiljardi, no. Just take this fight. Take this fight. You will win this fight. You have so many archers. Okay, like... So we do have arbalist shots. And if he's able to repair this TC up, like these... the archers aren't trying to kill the villagers. They just now realize that they should be doing that. And I think kiljardi really... I don't know what kiljardi's doing. Why is he not trying to take a fight? Like, he needs to be fighting right now in the enemy's base. Because he's just losing... He's losing his second TC. He's losing villagers. He's going to lose his only relic. And yeah, like, this is secure, but this is the only part of his base that's secure. Everything else is over here. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, DeMu is really close to... just closing in on this. And also, DeMu did age up, by the way. He is in Imperial age. I did not mention that because I was, you know, there's so much has been going on. I don't know what he went up with. Top tier observer here, guys. All right, we're just diving the main TC. This one is a little too bulky. I don't think this is gonna work. Any units come to fight this, and I think they're going to. I think this is gonna be I think this is a bad decision by DeMu. Like, he's under fire from the keep and from the TC, and they're both they both are arbalists. So this is gonna be a lot of damage going into him. But trying to push his opponent back here. Unfortunately, this guild hall just is never going to get repaired, and until it does, it's never going to actually gain resources again. Okay, where is this landmark? Because I don't know what Byzantine landmarks look like, and I admit that is part of the problem. Chat, where is it? All right, fighting still going on. Like this, again, this guild hall is just never going to go up. Yeah, like DeMu is age 3. I don't know why I thought DeMu was age 4. Okay. Ah, there we go. Foreign engineering company. Aha, I did find it. Okay. Yeah, Kiljardi just hasn't been able to get anything going. I really I maintain that the big point where Kiljardi like truly lost this game was when he tried to fight under this keep while his base was being dived, and he didn't just commit to fighting here and denying olive oil. Like, I really do think that was like the point where he lost this game. Because at the same time, he lost his keep, he lost his gold, he lost guild hall, he lost all of these farms, even though they're not dead, but like nobody's working them, so they effectively are. And yeah, I think at this point, Kiljardi can just call it. Like, he has an extreme, like, he has a lot of gold, and that's about it. He doesn't have any source of income other than his gold, and as soon as this red keep starts to go down, which will happen as soon as we start to see bombards come out of DeMu, this game is just going to be over. So yeah, this is. I don't know. Like, I think Kiljardi like definitely made a good. I think Kiljardi has definitely been on the back foot this entire game, but there was a couple moments there where I think he was almost back into it, and it just unfortunately wasn't able to ever solidify those moments into something that could actually be capitalized on. But at the same time, like, killing a red keep is a tall ask, and it doesn't look like DeMu can do it, at least not until this Royal Cannon shows up. But once that Royal Cannon shows up, it's gonna happen very, very quickly. Oh, yeah, the stone has ran out. Yeah, this is, oh god, this is so rough. Like, you can mine this 8K, but like, it's almost empty, and you already have so much in the bank. Like, what are you gonna get out of it? And just making keeps for the sake of making keeps isn't gonna do you anything when your opponent can make, you know, cannons and bombards. Or they can just say to hell with this and just try to zerg it down instead. To be fair, there is no burning oil here. But yeah, this is just rough. Okay, we're starting to see some cannons come out for. We're starting to see some cannons come out for Kiljardi, so like he'll be able to take this keep and like stop this gold. But does it matter? Red keep is destroyed. DeMu has denied all of this. Is killing so many villagers. 54 villagers have died this game. 55 villagers. Yeah, this is oh boy. Yeah, I mean, like, this is a good attempt. This is a good attempt from Kiljardi, and like he's starting to actually, you know. Oh, never mind. The army showed up. I was gonna say he's starting to get some villager kills, but like he killed one, and then he's getting pushed back. So this Royal Cannon just does so much. It's so so much stronger than a regular cannon. Like, it's actually kind of insane. But oh, Meganel comes out, and yeah, this is not like last series. This is not like the series we had earlier between Sass and Corbin, or Sass and Crackety, where it is just constant where it's just constant siege, like defending against everything. We have 5 units, 6 units for kiljardi. Like, this game is. I think saying that this game looks bad for kiljardi is an understatement. I think we're at the point where kiljardi's not actually playing the game; he is thinking about what to do in game. Like, that's where I think we're at. Yeah. Okay. I'll say it's either that or he's hiring a hitman to go take out DeMu so he can win that way. But yeah, like I said, I think that there was definitely a point where kiljardi could have come back into that game, like right about here. And he just was not able to do it, unfortunately. And he was never able to get like a villager lead, which is a big issue for French, especially against Byzantines. Like, French can beat Byzantines if they have a villager lead. And when they're in a situation like that where they just don't, then it's just not possible. So, all right. So we do have our matchup here where we have China versus Order of the Dragon, and it is on Gorge. And so we are going to be getting right into this game. Chat, who do you think is going to win this? What are your bets? I'm curious. But in the purple, the victor of game number 1, we do have DeMu. And in the orange, playing as Order of the Dragon, we do... Or wait, no, Holy Roman Empire. Why did I think Order of the Dragon? Their flags are too similar. We do have kiljardi. So this Rax made a lot more sense when I thought it was Order of the Dragon. And I don't know... I don't know what I got wrong there, but okay. This is a little bit interesting, especially since... Okay, kiljardi is finally able to start making spearmen. I am not certain what I think about this. Like, this is a very out there kind of moment. And we are seeing what we have gotten used to as the IO-less opener for China this game. So, you know, I don't think he's going to be able to deny gold. And, like, he's not going to be able to deny gold enough to stop, age up. But is he going to be able to deny gold enough to stop any sort of IO? Because he does need 35 gold. And if you can't get IO, like, you're really in trouble as China. Like, that really is... Yeah, so... Oh, he has 3 gold over what he needs for the IO. That is insane. Oh, man, like... DeMu getting by with the skin of his teeth. I can't believe he actually made that. I am WW. What do you mean? Can you explain why there's a second bracket? Like, why are we doing 2 days of qualifiers? And an outpost on the gold. I actually think this outpost should be here to deny this as well, but I don't think it's really a big deal. As we are, okay, like we're seeing a pretty quick age up here from DeMu, and are we we are finally seeing 5 villagers going on gold for Kiljardi. Like, Kiljardi realizes he is massively behind. And I don't think he's gotten nearly enough out of this to make it worthwhile. Because, you know, China without gold isn't great, but China without gold, while having an IO is fine. Yep, 1 IO on the way, which means that we're going to get some taxes going. Admittedly, any taxes from that mining camp is gone, so there is that. But oh boy, yeah, this does not look good for DeMu. You know, he is very much on the back foot, and as soon as we see an Aachen come out, which should be fairly soon, like, Kiljardi is rushing this gold up. Okay, so yeah, just getting an archer range. Yeah, I don't think this is enough. Like, I don't think Kiljardi has done nearly enough damage to justify this. A 4.5 minute age up, like starting your age up at 4.5 minutes as Order of the Dragon, like that. Oh. Okay. Oh wow. If that villager had died, I think I would actually change my opinion on this game by a fair bit, because that would be a pretty big pickup to get. But unfortunately, that does not manage to go through. And what is inside the... Hold on. Okay, it is a 4th spearman. Yeah, so there's 4 spearmen inside this inside of here. And yeah, I don't really think that DeMu's like feeling that much pressure, like, oh, he can't go castle. But he's going to be able to get his up. He's going to be able to get whatever tech upgrades he wants if he decides he wants to go wheelbarrow. If he really wanted to, he could go... if he really wanted to, he could still go pro scouts. No, he needs a little bit from... Yeah, and that's what he is going to do. He needs just a little bit of tax money, and he'll be able to go pro scouts, which would be great for him. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Just going to supervise out a couple of scouts, pick up some safe food, and play the game out from there. Like, this looks really good for DeMu. I don't think this is actually going to result in any problems on his part. And I don't really feel... Okay, so we are seeing Kiljardi answer the pro scouts in a way that is similar to what we saw earlier with Avely and Myriad, where Kiljardi is just going to go for a lot of horsemen and some spearmen and use those to just camp on the deer packs and prevent them from getting picked up. And if he's able to do that and eventually transfer this into his own pro scouts, I think he'll be fine. But he has to be able to do that, is the problem. And that is easier said than done. So let us see where we go up. Yeah, no, Kiljardi's not going to go for a fast castle age. Like, he has too much here. 11 on... I mean, it was 11 at one point. But yeah, 8 on wood is far too much for that. Going for some stone, probably just wanting to be able to get... Oh, he wants to upgrade this tower. That's what it is. Yeah, he wants this tower to be an effective roadblock. And as this goes on, you know, one deer pack has been picked up by DeMu, and these scouts were going out to try and pick up another one, and they're being repelled. And that's a lot of deer. Like, holy crap, that's a lot of deer, and it's all very close to each other. Okay. The timing on this is very, very good for DeMu because he is getting it before this the arrow slits go up. So yeah, we're getting attack things, but it's not on the villagers. It is okay. No, dive. You have to dive. Oh no. Okay. Well. Yeah, this is this is going up. It's going up safely, and we're going to be in Song Dynasty. We're going to be able to see Zeus, and more importantly, we're going to see more villagers being made. Eventually, Horsemen managed to find the scouts as they are attempting a Grand Theft Venison, and because those get scouted out, that means because the scouts get scouted out, that means that the army is going to be on its way. All these scouts are dead. Like this one's dead, this one's dead, this one might make it out. Okay, if they dump, they can go. But yeah, like 3 villagers dying like that is pretty significant. And even with this here, DeMu can't actually get gold. He had to go get a blacksmith, research, siege engineering, and then finally he's able to. Yeah, this is real. This is slowing him down massively. Oh, and DeMu tries to get his own deer, and he can't. Yeah, this is. Wait. Oh, it's all over here still, right? Yeah, this is starting to look a little bit rough for both players, honestly. Diving the Barbican is just. Oh, that's so funny. No, DeMu, you have to clown car it. Clown car it. Oh, that would have saved it, actually. Yeah, like both players aren't really doing their game plan, if that makes sense. DeMu is closer to Castle because like he has so much food income from these pro scouts, but unfortunately he doesn't have the gold income to actually get to Castle. So he's just relying entirely on his taxes, and that's not going to be enough. So if he wants to make Zeus, he wants to get upgrades. He's finally getting Wheelbarrow, which is a really good tech to get for China. And he can't even get his own pro scout section over here. But at the same time, if we look at the other side of the map, we have a 1-1-1 comp coming out of kiljardi, and he's not really doing a whole lot either. Like he's about to finish up his sheep, and then he's going to be in a lot of trouble when it comes to food. Oh, he is pro scouting. He is doing his own pro scouts, which does help. And yeah, both players are just kind of like doing the same game plan and fighting each other for it, and it feels like kiljardi is a little bit ahead. Just because this tower has paid off so long. Like a tower lasting until the 12-minute mark is kind of insane. Guys, this is the legendary 0 HP scout. Oh, he healed. Okay, well, he was a legendary 0 HP scout. But yeah, like it feels like both players are just trying to do the same thing to each other, and it's slightly going better for kiljardi, but I'm not really certain it is. Never mind, he's getting regnants. This is going far better for him. So, yeah, 18 on the regnants. Like, kiljardi wants this now. He realizes he has to have a tech advantage. And not just a tech advantage, but, as a HRE, relics are already an economic advantage, but when you're HRE, it's not a small one. It is a big one, That bonus of doubling their value is very, very high. And in response, we are seeing DeMu, since he actually has access to his gold, and he's supervising 15 villagers. But he's actually going up with an Imperial Palace instead of the Astronomical Clock Tower, putting it up front, letting it, so he's going to see like up to the Sacred Site. Like, his vision is about to be actually insane. As a result of this. Like, let me show you guys. Like, this is insane. He can see a quarter of the map because of this one building. And never mind the fact that it also just lets you do raids because you know exactly where your opponent is. I think that this landmark has been underutilized quite a bit, in my opinion. But we are starting to see the relics getting picked up. We see 2 picked up for kiljardi, and we are seeing a. Let's see. He's going for 3 and 4. Like, he's gonna get a pretty good sweep here. The best that DeMu is able to do is he's able to block off this one relic, and that's really it. One moment, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, so we do get one relic. It is it's looking like it's gonna be a 4-1 game again, and you know knights are coming out. Knights are coming out for kiljardi. He is. Oh no, are we gonna see a fight here? I don't think you want to take this fight yet, kiljardi. Kiljardi, you still have feudal units. You are not actually a castle age army yet. Oh god. All right. It's going. He's managing to get out, which is good. Yeah. For some, like, kiljardi doesn't have. Kiljardi doesn't have his veterancy for his horsemen, for his men-at-arms, or his spearmen. If he did, then I think he could actually take that fight. But without it, he is in so much trouble. As I say that, we are getting the 3rd relic put in, and we're going to see the 4th one in just a moment. Yeah. It has so much gold in it. And the single sad monastery over here. So what are we? Okay, so this is very interesting. Seeing the keep, or seeing the stone from DeMu. The question is, do you guys think that he's going to go for a second TC, or do you think he's going to go for a keep? Because I think he can actually do both. If he wants to put like a keep in the center and protect the sacred site, and also get a second TC, but the problem is he just doesn't have the food income. You know, he didn't get nearly enough pro scouts, and we're starting to see that granary transition. But that granary transition is going to be delayed by quite a bit as these 5 knights run in. And as that happens, we do see a little bit of a skirmish over here. I think it was just a scout that picked up. But these knights are picking up a lot of value. That is 5 kills. No, 6 kills. 7 kills now. There were no... kiljardi hadn't gotten any kills before, and he's already up to 9. These 5 knights have just done so much work. And any value that DeMu had out of Song Dynasty has just completely evaporated, and then some. Since he is now behind on villagers. Remember this economic graph here does include imperial officials. So this game is that raid slowing down the granary transition, killing so many villagers, is doing a whole lot here for kiljardi to keep him in this game. Now, since we aren't seeing this stone outcropping is about to be completely the stone outcropping is about to be completely extinguished, and we haven't seen anything go down. I am expecting a keep. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's either a keep or stone walls. And if he's going to place a keep, it should actually be... Yeah, I was going to say right here. Okay, he's going for a granary. Yep. Yeah, right here. Because he wants to prevent what just happened. He wants to protect his granary transition, because that is what he's going to need in order to get back into the... In order to really play this game, is have... Like, China needs a strong food source. And, you know, he didn't get pro scout. He didn't get the pro scouts set up he wanted. He didn't get what he needed out of that. And so his plan is just, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to granary transition. We're going to put like 3 granaries right here. Probably just finish this off just so that he has the space to use it. Like he has the space to use this, like delete the mining camp, get rid of this, put one here, circle around it, circle around this one, and call it good. That's what I'm expecting DeMu to do here, with his China, and then from here he's just gonna go Imperial Age. He's gonna say, hey, I have the better hand cannons, and if I can get to Imperial Age without taking any more damage, I should be able to beat you there. And then once you do get there, your Swabia won't be as impactful. Because while HRE does have a strong Imperial Age, they have a strong Imperial Age because they can get there first, not because it's actually better in the long term. So the longer this game goes on, and the slower this game goes on, on how it's kind of had a like the destroyed values aren't very high. We've actually had a fairly slow pace once we finally got into Castle Age. This is benefiting DeMu. You know, he is down on relics, and that is unfortunate, but granaries are really good. Supervision is really good. I think he's going to be fine, and I think he's going to be able to pull this one out. But as I say that, kiljardi realizes, hey, wait a minute, this is a bad plan. I don't like this. So he gets all 3 sacred sites, and he is just like, hey, what if we just destroy this Imperial Palace? Let's take away your vision. You can see a fourth of the map, and I don't like that. And so, you know, he gets this building down. This is massive damage. 19 knights just coming on through. We have a trebuchet on the way. We have a couple of outposts as well to provide a little bit of vision. And kiljardi's just like, you know what? I want to end it in castle. And the best defense is a good offense. So what he's going to do is to keep his sacred sites going. Is he's going to put on so much pressure that DeMu is not able to get back into the game. And you know, this trebuchet, it's going to siege down the Barbican. It's going to keep this fortification limited. He's probably going to have a couple of knights dive here to kill these villagers if he realizes that they're there. I don't think that kiljardi can. Yeah, he can. Yep, a couple of knights are diving in, just going to pick up and run away. He needs to deal with these rams, but yeah, has a couple of knights on the way there, and that's all he has to do. Like, just slow roll this game, and let it happen out the way it normally does. Gorge is a map that it will split. It will result in it being split up eventually if the game goes long enough. 20 minutes is when this starts. At the 20-minute mark, where we're at is where this starts to happen, and it's what we're starting to see. The trench lines are being drawn here. These walls across this side, the walls across this side. Once these are up, the only way DeMu's going to get out of his base is through the center. And there's land snakes. There's land snakes here. There's knights. There's archers. There's trebuchets. There's a mangonel. There's prelates. There's so much in this army that is just going to say, hey, how about you don't? How about you don't get to play this game? Like, how about you sit in your base and you stay there? And that is all that kiljardi wants me to do. And it looks like kiljardi is probably pretty close to doing that. Sending a couple units off this side so that way they can flank, they can do some raids. And we are seeing the fight begin. Nesta Bees letting loose. I do not feel like there is a good way from kiljardi to manage that. The single mangonel that kiljardi has gone down, destroyed by the Palace Guard and the Spearmen that were there. The front line of DeMu has just completely evaporated, but the front line of kiljardi is also just in ruins. And we have archers on archers, and the side with Nesta Bees is going to win an archer battle. These 6 Nesta Bees are doing so much work. Yeah, they're not clockwork Nesta Bees, but that doesn't really matter right now. This unit is still very, very effective at this stage of the game and is doing so much damage. And it's actually forcing kiljardi back. And he didn't even get to destroy the Barbican. You know, his opponent didn't lose that anchor point in front of his base. So as a result of this, we are going to see DeMu push out and get involved in the game. You know, his army count is only 2 more, but he also has 18 siege. Those 6 Nesta Bees cannot be understated for their efficacy, and You know, this siege tower is, or this one outpost is going to do like a bit, but that's all. Like, it's going to die in a moment. At best, it can take out like 1 or 2 units, and the sacred site timer is going to stop. You know, 6 minutes left. That's not even close for kiljardi to be able to sustain it. Oh, DeMu, what are you do? I swear, DeMu is just trying to confuse me because he keeps like almost getting it and then walks off. All right, yeah, and well, I would definitely say the on paper economy is in kiljardi's favor, especially with these farms coming up and these, you know, farms being under the Akin Chapel, which I think is very, very good. We are having a couple of raids, and these raids are very, very impressive. Coming up here, I think we're starting to get back to that point that I talked about earlier, where when the game slows down, it favors DeMu. The guy, he only has two granaries set up. Imagine he gets his third. Imagine he gets a Great Wall Gatehouse set up right here. Imagine all of these things that can happen that China wants to have happen, and we are going to have a lot of issues. So, you know, before that fight, kiljardi had 19 knights. He has 3 right now. He is struggling to recover his army, and he's struggling to recover his army for this match, and we're going to have to see what happens. We are going to have to see what happens, and we actually do see a second TC finally coming up for DeMu. He's like, hey, wait a minute. Slow the game down means more villagers, so he's going ahead and doing that. Couple of raids from kiljardi getting cut off, getting killed out. And more, we are just seeing sacred sites getting decapped, getting seeing every advantage that kiljardi had stripped away. The only thing he really has at this point is his relics, and that's it. And relics are good, but they don't. Relics are good, but they don't make up for, you know, everything. Like, being down 10 villagers, yeah, you have 4 relics, like, that helps. But we're gonna get to a point where you're not down 10 villagers, you're down 20, you're down 30. And then we're gonna be in trouble. God, that is 9 nest of bees. I cannot believe that. To be fair, on the other side of the board, we do have a not as impressive 2 Springolds and 4 Mangonels. And Springolds are pretty good right now. So, looks like DeMu is moving on out. Decides, hey, you know what time it is? It is time for us to fight. And see where we are able to get, okay? That's a bold life choice there, buddy, trying to get that. It is super funny to me watching Mangonels like be siege units for the purposes of destroying buildings. Oh my god, the nest of bees. Oh my god, there's so much. Oh god. This feels rough. I don't know how you break through this as kiljardi. And I'm kind of wondering if we're at the point where kiljardi needs to just Hail Mary Imperial, but like he doesn't have the resources for that. Does he have a... Yeah, he does have an AK on his side of the map, and it's pretty fresh, so that's good for him. Yeah, like, okay, so kiljardi learned from last time. He has a lot of horsemen because horsemen are going to deal with the nest of bees really well if they're able to get in position. They're trying really hard. Where are we going over here? Okay, so we might kill a lot of villagers here, and if he does that, then that will help. But then the problem is going to be he's not going to have any of his villagers, any of his horsemen in the fight. And again, my third eye is open. I see the future, chat, and there is a Palace of Swabia on the way. That is the only way kiljardi can get back into this game, is by getting an upgrade advantage and just hoping he is able to build, like, get up to like the mythical 130 count for villagers. And these horsemen are just running into the base, hoping to find anything, and they're not finding anything. They didn't find the villagers on this. These corner walls are so funny. They didn't find the villagers on the side of the map, and they're not going to find the ones on the granaries in time. And in the meantime, Nest of Bees are just sieging down the base. Okay, a lot of villagers, like a fair few Zoogs or crossbows just got deleted by those mangonels. But again, we're not seeing kiljardi get any more villager kills. He only got 3 in this time. And oh yeah, by the way, DeMu does have a Great Wall Gatehouse. It's not where I thought it would be, but he does have it. I still think he should have been here. Yeah, like these horsemen, okay. All right, hopefully we get a lot of big picks here. Oh no, oh no. Kiljardi's about to start losing villagers here. Kiljardi's starting to lose his base as well. We have a fight in the center. The Nest of Bees are just letting loose. And unless these mangonels are able to just get like a very concentrated set of volleys off on the Nest of Bees to kill them, I don't see how we end up winning this as kiljardi. Like there's so much going on here that he can't just walk into. And all of his horsemen died, by the way. He only got 8 villager kills with like, it was 20 horsemen. So he doesn't have a way to kill these Nest of Bees, which was what he needed. Okay, a couple of the Nest of Bees go down. A lot of the mangonels just went down as well. If he's able to capitalize and if he's able to get a couple picks here. So many units are dying, though. This is not going to work. The Nest of Bees are going to be fine. The Nest of Bees are fine. They're starting to rain fire. They're backing up a little bit. But they are still putting fire out onto all of the units. And oh god, Nest of Bees are just killing the mangonels, and then the mangonels can't do anything else. So horsemen come in, charge the Rohirrim as the Winged Hussars arrive, and they manage to pick up all the Nest of Bees. So there's no more siege left for DeMu. There's a couple of mangonels left for kiljardi. So kiljardi can use this advantage to try and push forward and try and get some damage off here. And like this is the best he has, but again, it's so little. And we have an astronomical clock tower coming up for DeMu. DeMu's going on to Yuan Dynasty to get that movement speed increase. And as this happens, we are seeing this outpost go down, and then from there we're going to see the sacred site decapped. And again, I really wish the Great Wall Gatehouse was right here, because this does so much to just cut the map in half, especially with just stone walls on this side. I think you need to commit. I think you need to commit there. But all right, we're starting to get some. We're starting to get some of the map reclaimed. All right, so DeMu is now on the back foot. He is getting Yuan Dynasty up eventually, but does he have the units he needs to be able to make Yuan Dynasty actually like click and actually work? He does have a university, but he isn't able to get any of the upgrades out of it at this time. What about kiljardi? I don't think kiljardi has a university. Oh no, the Imperial Palace has been destroyed yet again. Yeah, he doesn't have a university. Yeah, not having a okay, what is that tech called? Hold on. Biology. Not having biology and not having elite army tactics in this situation is a bit of a problem. So, all right, we are seeing this keep attempt to stay up. It doesn't have boiling oil, which is a very big thing to not have at this stage of the game. especially with so many horsemen running around, because they would do so much damage if they had it. And all these villagers are just going to go down. And keep in mind, we do have a Swabia on the board, and we no longer have Song Dynasty. DeMu is not going to be replacing his village losses and nearly as easily. But speaking of village losses, 25 spearmen running into the base of kiljardi, sneaking on down the top lane. And I don't know if these village losses are going to matter because there is a Swabia. All right, we have... I just assume that whatever he remaxes with is just going to rally that way. Or he's bringing... Oh, no. kiljardi is bringing back everything. This is not what you want to see. Okay, that single relic DeMu has is going to end up in a pagoda. kiljardi is going for more raids on the back lines, trying to get whatever damage he can do back here as he sees the fact that Yuan Dynasty is in full effect right now. And these elite spearmen, 180 movement speed, Jesus Christ, are just charging into battle, and they're going to get plenty of damage done because they're going to do so much damage to these. Well, if they wanted to fight, they would get so much damage done to these horsemen. But they just decide they're going to try and force as much idle time or villager deaths as possible. And we actually see... I'm a little bit surprised by this, chat. We actually see that DeMu is still making Nesta Bees. Nesta Bees fall off pretty hard in Imperial Age because the extra barrel upgrade isn't as good for them as comparison to crossbars. Reinforced crossbars for the Mangonels, which make them attack faster. So I don't think that... I'm kind of surprised to see Mangonels here and not Springolds out of DeMu. But we'll see if that is the right choice, as we are getting closer and closer to another fight, and more Palace Guard just running in. 10 of them are just like, hey, what if we fought? What if we looked for a fight? Another one joining up, and they're gonna try to find this gold vein. Not anything over here. Yeah, I think, and then the horsemen do spot them out. These horsemen are gonna come take care of it, so they're not gonna get very far. Oh, Culverin's taking down the Great Wall Gatehouse. As that fight starts, the horsemen got baited into finding, and half of them dying to the Nesta Bees and the entire army in the middle. But this is actually fine. The spearmen are chasing them away, and this is giving DeMu time, or this is giving kiljardi time to readjust and get into position. Massive fight here going on, and these horsemen are going across the map trying to get into any sort of damage, as the reinforced crossbars, I don't remember the name of that tech, but the Mangonels are just raining hell down upon their opponent. They're destroying the Nesta Bees, and as the Nesta Bees are destroying them, one of those units came out better on that exchange. Barely just, but oh no, kiljardi lost everything. The horsemen weren't there to kill the weren't there to try and kill the Nesta Bees. Like, there was too much raiding, too much of a backstab. He couldn't actually take the full-on fight. And as a result of this, you know, if this tower goes down, that is a relic lost. And eventually, relics that are lost are going to start coming up with other issues. Palace Guard running around on the side of the map, getting more and more villager kills as DeMu just pushes his way through, forcing getting as much as he can out of every unit. That tower goes down. That is a relic loss. Is now a 3-1 split. If DeMu really wanted, he could actually go steal that and take it for himself and put it in a pagoda. But more Palace Guard are in the back. The few horsemen that remain are actually fighting them. They are not actually fighting this main force, as they start to as you know, the production for kiljardi is being destroyed, and not just production, but also the regnants. If this regnants goes down, then kiljardi has nothing. Like, all of his eco is like he has less of an eco. He has less villagers than his opponent, and the only way he's like managing to stabilize that in any way, shape, or form is by his relic advantage, and he's about to lose all of it. The Great Wall Gatehouse has been rebuilt, and it is starting to fire down upon villagers on the left-hand side of the wall. I don't know why I don't know what just happened there. Wall section destroyed, maybe possibly burnt down from earlier, or something like that. And as I predicted, DeMu comes in and gets the steals, taking away the first of probably many relics that he's going to steal back from his opponent this game. And these Chinese, okay, like there's so many fights going on, and we are still at a point where there's a lot of nested bees, and there's just not a way to kill them. And their clock tower nested bees are going to be far too survivable. The single mangonel is just like getting ran down by a palace guard, and there's not really anything here to save it. And kiljardi he just doesn't have any production. All of his production was next to this regnance, and it's just all dead. It's all these buildings. So many stables, so many barracks, so many siege workshops have been destroyed and have gone down that we're starting to see a really big issue that I don't think that kiljardi is going to be able to overcome. He's got less than half of the army his opponent has, and he has less than half the siege as well. Yeah, 200 max population for DeMu. He is, anything he loses, anything that dies, he is just replacing it instantly. But in comparison to his opponent, 118 total population, and that is just going down, and it is not being replaced nearly as quick as it needs to be. DeMu almost has more workers than his opponent, than kiljardi has total population, and that is not a good sign. That is when you know the game is in dire straits, and it's being held, and it's just walking along a knife's edge, if it hasn't already just fallen over. But even as kiljardi is sitting here with 1 foot in the grave, he is doing his absolute best to try and get back into this game. And in theory, the Palace of Swabia can help him do that. But the problem is the Palace of Swabia has to, you have to be able to use your villagers for something, and everything is idled out. There just isn't nearly enough, there isn't enough safe places for him to gather resources. He's running out of wood on this left-hand side of the map. The map is nearly mined out over here. And he has absolutely no access to the right-hand side because of these palace guard. The only section he has that's safe is where this keep is. If this keep cannot shoot it, if it's not within the radius of this keep, it is not safe on this side of the map. And the palace guard are now just getting rid of markets. The overall army of DeMu has been pushed out of his base, but I don't think it's been pushed out permanently. I think this is very much... I think this is DeMu backhand because he wants to just get, the last of his tech. He wants to make sure his... what's the phrase? Dots his I's and crosses his T's. I don't think he's actually been pushed out so much as it's just him letting himself move back because he wants to see what happens. He's biding his time. He's getting sacred sites. He's getting what he needs to hold his point back. And he's up 40 villagers. He can do pretty much whatever he wants. The longer this game goes, the better it is for him. Alright, we are seeing a little bit of engagement here. The mangonels from kiljardi's side are taking pot shots. But as they fire on the nested bees and actually pick one of them up, the problem is the nested bees are firing back on them. We are now underneath a keep, but the keep doesn't have any upgrades. It only has burning oil. There is no bombard in this keep. There is no relic in this keep to really, give it that oomph that you expect out of an HRE emplacement. And unfortunately, instead of this fight actually going anywhere, we're seeing some spears and hand cannons break off and just take side fights, kill little villagers. A lot of small skirmishes. The horsemen do try to come in. The horsemen try to get on top of the nested bees. and they are repelled. The hand cannons are able to hold them back and keep them out of the way as the Nesta Bees just do whatever they want. So many units have died. So many units have died here. So many units have died to Nesta Bees specifically, and they're even just starting to destroy towers. Like, these outposts are taking damage, and most of it is, you know, from just casual Nesta Bee fire. And the entire time this is going on, by the way, DeMu is winning Sacred Sites. As long as he doesn't lose control of this middle lane, I don't see a way where he loses his Sacred Sites. And even then, oh, Bombard coming out. Right, we're starting to see the beginning of an engagement here. Nesta Bees back up, Horsemen charge in. They get turned around on. The spears are taking the spears are doing what they can. The hand cannons are taking shots. I actually think this is going to be the best fight that kiljardi is able to get. He has managed to get the Nesta Bees exposed, but he doesn't have anything to get on top of them. The Horsemen are dying far too quickly to these spears, and they're dying far too quickly to the hand cannons. And anything he has left is just not able to deal damage. The only thing that actually kills Nesta Bees at this point is Mangonels, but the Mangonels do the exact same thing back. And the Mangonels are being supported by Bombards, who again do the exact same thing. Like, they will hunt them down and destroy them as well. Big shots going on there. But they do amount to nothing as the Mangonels are pushed back. We are still at a point where one of these players is at population cap and the other one is not. And all of the Mangonels for kiljardi are dead. Of the original 6, only one remains at this point. None of them remain. The threat to the Nesta Bees is gone. If the Nesta Bees get these shots off, which they are, and they manage to destroy the hand cannons, I don't know what kiljardi is going to do. Yeah, yes, most of the Nesta Bees are dying as well, but they've done so much damage. It is a 10 army population versus 45, and there are still Bombards on the field for DeMu. DeMu is going to go through the keep. He's going to go through this outpost. That, again, these aren't upgraded buildings that you expect to see from H8. There are no Bombard towers. There are no relics inside of them. There is nothing here to actually make them threatening beyond arrows. And the outpost doesn't even have that, even when it was alive. But so now we're at a point where these Bombards are just destroying this keep. This is under emergency repairs, and it is still going to die before emergency repairs is able to save it. That is how much damage we are. That is how much siege damage we are seeing right now from these Bombards, as they just destroy anything and everything that they look at. Farms are disappearing in single hits. And the entire time this is happening, kiljardi has his horsemen going to town, trying their best to keep these Palace Guard away, but it's just not working. The Palace Guard are, you know, the first wave of Palace Guard is dead, but what about the second wave? What about second breakfast here? As these units are just running in, and farms are being destroyed because the Bombards aren't being target fired. But as soon as they are, they're going to start destroying town centers. They're going to start destroying the Akka Chapel, and the Regnit's already completely destroyed as well. The Horsemen do try to dive and get on top of the Bombards, and they completely fail. There's a quarter of units keeping them safe and keeping them back. kiljardi is not looking good this game. I genuinely think that he had a great early game and a great mid game, but as the game dragged on and it slowed down, it just became China, and DeMu takes it, knocking kiljardi out of the semifinals of the qualifier of the second qualifier for the Garrison. What this means is that DeMu is going to advance and be playing a best of 5. And if he wins that, he will advance to the qualifier. He will advance to the Garrison, being held in March. Being held next month, March 13th through the 16th.